That eruption at Mount St Helens, that was quite a catastrophe. It wasn't a catastrophe like Noah's flood, but it was a terrible catastrophe. And I think we can use Mount St. Helens and the events there as an analogy to help us understand Noah's flood. Now you might think, what in the world does a modern volcanic eruption have to do with Noah's flood? But actually, as we've seen, much that went on at Noah's flood was volcanic and tectonic related. And
you are now tuned to the best.
It turns out, much that went on at Mount St. Helens was water related. Particularly as that glacier up on top of the mountain melted, and as that material came down, it picked up dirt and mud and trees and whatever, and descended the mountain as mud flows. Mud flows then came down the mountain and distributed this material there at the base of the mountain. Believe it or not, it deposited up to 600 feet thick of water deposit. Strata there at the base of the mountain. Well, how long does it take to deposit 600 feet of strata? Oh, millions and millions of years. No, it took one afternoon. When we look at these layers up close, we see that they're layered just like Grand Canyon. And look at them really closely, you'll see that there's paper-thin little layers in there. When I went to graduate school in geology, I was taught that these little laminations like that those are the result of yearly deposits, maybe a winter-summer couplet. And so a geologist, to study this region here, the way that they would answer the question, how long did it take for this deposit to accumulate, they would go in there and they would count those layers, and there are millions of these layers in there. rapidly, but they would conclude that those are yearly deposits. And so they would say, oh, this deposit took long periods of time to accumulate. When in reality, it accumulated rapidly. Later, another mud flow came down the mountain and breached a canyon through that recent deposit. And this canyon, the more we study it, boy, it looks like Grand Canyon. It has the same feature. It's a scale model of Grand Canyon. Canyons don't take a long time to form.